show. Is it a sandwich? If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you'd be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, Matt, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
Can you guys
Hear
hear me?
those ice cream bells and I start to drool. Keep a couple quarts in my locker at school. Yeah, but chocolate's getting old. Vanilla just leaves me cold. Just one flavor good enough for me. Yeah, me. No crumb. I know what I need. Baby, I love Rocky Road. Galan, baby, you're on Order Up.
Oh my.
Mary looks so confused.
Congratulations.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
I didn't know
Matt.
if you could hear me. So I think I interrupted your solo. I don't know.
Oh,
You'll see.
no.
I hope I didn't. It was really good.
Wow.
I mean, what a surprise. I'm a Weird Al fan. Yeah. Like that.
And I have to say, Mary, given that he was singing about Rocky Road, if you did interrupt him in the song, it sort of works with Rocky Road ice cream. There's bumps and jagged edges.
That's true.
Rocky
Yeah.
Road. Listeners at home, welcome to episode 3 of season 6 of Order Up. I am Kelly Zemnikas. I'm back from my field research. I just was eating various kinds of ice cream. Do not tell my trainer. I will say it was vegan. That's healthy, right? And it isn't always. But I'm joined, of course, by Carrie and Mary and Matt. How the heck was your day, friends?
It was pretty good. I had ice cream at one point today because I bought an apple crumble pie because I've been really craving it, and I brought it to my friend's house and we shared some apple crumble pie. And she said, which I wasn't expecting, I have vanilla ice cream. And I'm not like, that wouldn't be my flavor of choice, but of course, with apple crumble, warm apple crumble, vanilla ice cream. Oh my God, it was so good. And I was so happy. That's all.
I love that. I
fun.
literally just got off a train trip from Montreal. And when I was in Montreal and we were boarding the train, there was a group ahead of me and they were throwing at each other ice cream sandwiches. I guess the group leader had bought, and I tried to get one. I just want to let everyone know I tried, but they knew I was not on the tour. What about you, Mary? Any ice cream had today?
Well, now I have not had ice cream today, but I do have a question for Carrie because this goes into my food rules.
Ooh,
We've not had a lot of rules these episodes, but
that's true.
I am concerned about the apple crumble, okay, or apple crisp.
Okay.
You had ice cream, which is great. I think
yes,
it's the right choice.
It felt right.
It felt right. Here is my concern.
Okay.
At some restaurants, you will get an apple crisp or a blueberry crisp or some fruit compost. I don't think it's compost. It's compote, or I don't even know, or compote, compote, whatever. Yeah. And they will not only give you the vanilla ice cream, but they will also give you whipped cream. And my feeling is that is A, redundant because it's a double dairy. Yeah. And B, don't you feel like it's a little too much?
You know, Mare, I've never considered this before, but just off the top of my head, I know you have a lot of rules, but I am going to agree with you on this one. I am going to say it's a bit of a double. It's too much. It's too much. I think whipped cream and ice cream, unless you're talking about a sundae, don't really play nicely together. I feel like they're two separate events. Ice cream goes on its own. Whipped cream goes on its own. I don't necessarily know that they should play together, especially on an apple crumble or an apple crisp. I gotta say, vanilla ice cream with that thing was the way to go. I don't think whipped cream would have been as satisfying because it's not as cold. You need I needed the cold to kind of complement the hot. Exactly. I regret nothing.
Well, I'm glad because yes, I think. And Matt, what are your thoughts about it?
Oh
Are you
yeah,
in-
go back to my old standard. That's gilding the lily. It's just too much. That's just too much.
Yeah. Kel, what would you choose? Would you choose whipped cream or ice cream?
I love it. I love pie rules. Matt, speaking of ice cream, and obviously with each episode, you provide us with some pretty cool facts each episode. What scoops of facts do you have?
Okay, well, today we're going back to the beginning, not the beginning of bowls because that's lost in the fog of time, but the beginning of ice cream and ice cream cones. Those we have some solid historical facts around. So let me just start up by powering up the Ice Cream 3000. Okay, ice cream. When was the first instance of ice cream? Thank you, Father. The earliest instance of ice cream was recorded in a historical record was in the Tang Dynasty in 618 to 907 CE. Created from milk of buffalo, cows, and goats, it was heated and allowed to ferment, creating yogurt, and then mixed with flour to thicken, and flavored with camphor before being chilled on ice blocks and allowed to freeze. Early ice cream makers discovered mixing ice and salt would lower the freezing point of substances, and this allowed for early creation of ice cream prior to modern refrigeration techniques. It is assumed this was created by the Chinese when they were making their ancient ice cream, but the technique was first documented by 4th century Indian confectioners, and the first breakdown of the science and technical process was reported by Ibn Abu Isabi in CE 1230-1270, an Arab medical historian living in 13th century Syria. So this just goes to show you how food has traveled around the world.
Wow.
And also, yeah,
Holy
and
wow.
weird that people used to think camphor was tasty, but tastes change.
Yummy.
Yeah. Okay, so one follow-up ice cream. So when was the first ice cream cone created? Well, Father, based on the penny-lick glass devices which flavored ices as far back as the early 1800s were served, it evolved into the cornet in the late 1880s, which was inspired by a British line of cream treats, ice cream treats that became known as the cornetto. These were cone-shaped vessels made out of paste, similar to the hokey pokey, another cone-shaped container made with cornstarch and sugar. It was the hokey pokey that was brought to the Americas by immigrants to the U.S. who started experimenting with sweetened wafers, creating the first ice cream sandwiches, before Antonio Valvona, an Italian immigrant living in Manchester, England, and Frank Marchioni, an Italian immigrant living in New York, joined together to start the Valvona Marchioni Company, which patented cups made out of biscuit to serve ice cream. So the first cone was in fact a cup. Thus, the first cone was patented in 1903, but simultaneously at the St. Louis World's Fair, Syrian immigrant Ernest A. Hamwi was making zalabis, a waffle-like Syrian dish, next to an ice cream vendor. The vendor ran out of dishes, so in an effort to help his neighbor, he started shaping the zalabis into a cone, and thus the waffle cone was created, or as they called them, cornucopias, and it was popularized at the World's Fair in 1904. So, here we are, immigrants getting it done. You know,
well, you're a cornucopia of knowledge, Matt.
Well, I have to thank my computer.
Hokey
pokey. You put the ice cream in, you put the ice cream out, you put the ice cream
in. Take it all out.
Should I be concerned for you, Matt, that your machine calls you father?
It's the closest I'm ever going to get to having kids other than my cat. So, there we go.
All right. Okay.
That's fine, everybody. We're all fine. It is episode 3 of season 6. It is time for Order Up.
Hey, Kelly, who is our guest today?
Oh my goodness. We are in for a treat. Our guest today is a Toronto-based stand-up comedian who has been featured at the All Jane Comedy Festival, the Motor City Comedy Festival. You may have seen her on TV at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. And speaking of that usually airs on CBC. She has been featured on The Debaters, which is on CBC Radio. She has been published by CBC Comedy. She's open for some heavy hitters on the scene, and she is one herself. She's one of my faves. Please give it up for Tracy.
Yay!
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. What do you think of the hokey pokey fact?
That was amazing. Also, a big fan of waffle cones, so gotta thank that World's Fair.
Indeed. Well, Tracy, we are delighted that you are here. We know you have a ton of really awesome comedy credits, but we're going to put it on the shelf for now. And Mary is going to ask you 5 very delicious but very difficult questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I feel like more years of experience eating ice cream than I do with comedy to begin with. So I feel very qualified.
You need to add that to your comedy bio at the end.
Putting it on my website right now.
So Tracy, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
So I like a classic. Like I like a standard, like a vanilla, a strawberry. Sometimes I'll go with a weird one, like a coffee ice cream. I'm a big fan of. I know coffee is a controversial ice cream flavor, based on the faces that I get from people sometimes when I tell them that I like it. That's the only research I've conducted on that. But I mix it up. I don't have like a standard go-to order like, oh, I always get this one. Like I mix it up a little bit. But I'm not a big like things mixed into the ice cream. Controversially, I'm very anti cookie dough. Get out of my ice cream.
Got it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Okay.
Is there caffeine in coffee ice cream?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just sounds amazing. Yeah.
I share that with you. I adore coffee ice cream. My father would make me drive miles for coffee ice cream.
Oh.
So we are joined there. Do you not like chocolate?
I do like chocolate. It just is not really my go-to. I feel like chocolate is just always the same. Like chocolate is just always chocolate. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not like, oh, what a good chocolate. It's all the same. Chocolate is the same. I know what to expect, and I appreciate the consistency. Like chocolate is chocolate.
Right.
Usually, like weirdly, I'm a huge chocolate person. That would be like my go-to sweet treat. I always go for chocolate. I go chocolate over candy any day. But I don't usually go chocolate for ice cream or dessert at a restaurant. Like I'm not going to pick the chocolate option.
Interesting. I do that. That's really good. Have you ever made your own ice cream?
I have.
And so how did it go? Was it good or bad?
It went shockingly well.
Nice.
Yeah, it actually went very well. Okay, actually, no, wait. I'm revisiting a memory. I have made ice cream twice in my life. Once in childhood. Yeah, I got the Baskin-Robbins ice cream maker for Christmas one year, which was a shockingly good present. We were very poor. I opened it up and I didn't even go straight to joy. I went mostly confusion. like how is this my gift? But the kit came with like a drum that you put ice in and you do a whole like cranking the thing. It was super fun to make, and it came with 2 packets of like mix for making the ice cream. But apparently we were doing well enough around Christmas time that I was gifted this ice cream machine, but then we were too poor to ever buy more packets. So I only bought two uses out of this ice cream maker. Arguably, I think a different gift could have been chosen. Something that didn't need like replacement.
Also, not good for you. Easy bake oven. Keep that away. That's also no good. Yeah.
Yes, right? Yes. A similar experience, actually. Also got an easy bake oven. Never got new mix.
Oh no.
But the easy bake oven was easier to work around. Like it's easier to make, a small batch of brownie mix or something, right? Like regular, you might find the equipment in the cupboard. But me as a novice ice cream maker, did not possess enough knowledge to know what to do without the packet. It was lost. So that was my childhood experience with making ice cream. And then many moons later, during the pandemic, I was definitely like, I got really into baking and like making various sweet treats. And do you remember when we had like too much time during the lockdown?
Yeah.
When we were all like, oh, I'm thrilled to discover that my oven is dirty. That'll kill a couple hours. So I went into this ice cream project like, okay, today, the day is ice cream day. That's the day. That's what is on the agenda for today is that I'm going to make ice cream. And it took like 20 minutes. And I was like, well, what now? That did not kill a lot of time because I'd been making a lot of my own whipped cream for various things. And the recipe that I was doing was you make whipped cream and then you whip in condensed milk and then whatever extra little add-in bits you wanted. It was so quick, like very, very quick. The actual like manipulating of it. Then this, waiting for it to harden up and stuff takes time, but the freezer did that without my involvement. So as I'd hope it continues to do. But,
were you making coffee ice cream during the pandemic?
No, I went regular. I went vanilla. For my first batch, I was like, I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to do a vanilla ice cream, just standard, see how I go, and adjust from there. It was too sweet. It's very sweet. So sweet. I think the condensed milk takes the credit for that. Yeah. It was very, very sweet. More sweet than I could eat the entire batch of ice cream that I made on my own. So instead, I divided it into batches and then gave it out to friends, like left it on their porches for them to curbside collect my way too sweet ice cream deliveries.
Wow. No, that's good. Yeah, and condensed milk and evaporated milk are two very different things, as my husband taught me one Thanksgiving. And we'll talk about that another day.
Okay.
Cliffhanger.
Who makes the best ice cream you've ever had?
Okay, so this shocked me. But President's Choice Black Label ice cream. Oh my God.
Really?
It's so good. It's better than any Haagen-Dazs, any Ben & Jerry's I've ever had. And as much as I don't want to support Loblaws because
It's true, Galan Weston.
they're holding us under a food tyranny. Their Black Label ice cream is incredible. Specifically, the salted caramel President's Choice Black Label ice cream
so good.
is out of this world. It has egg yolk in it, which I've never seen in an ice cream before, and I don't know, it's so creamy. It's so good. It's so good.
Mary, when you're back in Toronto, because Mary is in LA, we're going to take you to a Loblaws just for that ice cream.
Yes,
it's a grocery. It's the grocery.
It's worth
grocery. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, because Rite Aid here, this is what we need to do when you come into LA, which we do not have this in Massachusetts. Rite Aid is a pharmacy, has Thrifty ice cream.
That's the name of it? It's called Thrifty?
It's Thrifty. You can get it in the freezer section, but they also have a scooping. It's like an old 1950s. Now it's a place where they hang bathing suits and give you ice cream. It's lost its charm, but it was a real ice cream fountain, and now it's there's bathing suits, and then you can get doggy treats and an ice cream. But their ice cream is really wonderful. And it's kind of the same thing. You go in, you get the ice cream, and you run out of there as fast as you can. So I get it.
I have to say, like, to the President's Choice thing, like, I have not actually had a President's Choice product that wasn't annoyingly delicious.
That's true.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Okay, so
They are all
for
so
the
good.
unintroduced, so President's Choice is like the store label brand for Loblaws, which is like our largest grocery chain. And so they have like not their own knockoff versions of everything. But the knockoffs are sometimes better than the original. They do this a lot. They I think do like the knockoff versions of things better than anybody else.
It's really good stuff. Yeah.
I concur.
Is it as
Annoying.
expensive as the knockoffs, or is it cheaper?
It depends. Sometimes they're similarly priced, or they'll be like just under. But Loblaws also has like tiered levels of their store ripoff brands. So they have the President's Choice, but then they also have No Name brand, which that's the name is No Name. And it comes in like very generic, bright yellow for some reason packaging. And that one will always be cheaper. So you've got options. You're like, I can have the President's Choice knockoff one, which I know is going to be the superior one, or I can go with this No Name one.
If you're in the
instead.
No Name aisle, it's like being entrapped in Repo Man. Because it's like everything's just the same yellow and black package.
Is Galan Weston going to ask for a cut of this episode?
I think he already has.
He's like waiting at our door. You know, he's like, hey up.
That's hilarious. Well, I'll be on the lookout when I come back.
Yes,
for that
please.
Ice cream. Delish. So toppings or no toppings? I think I know your answer, but toppings or no toppings?
I'm selective with what kind of toppings I want. Like, I'll take a hot fudge any day. Like, add a hot fudge on top. That's great. Thinking about it, it might be that I like a liquidy topping. I don't necessarily want, like, a crunchy crumble. Like, I don't want to have to, like, chew a cookie in the middle of my ice cream. I don't know why. I'm averse to it. But, like, a hot fudge or, like, a fruit topping, like a sort of syrupy strawberry situation. Like, I'll take that, or I'll take like a caramel.
I like that. So if you're no cookie and ice cream, would you have an ice cream sandwich?
Not my preference. But it's not because of the cookie ice cream combo with an ice cream sandwich. It's as you can tell, I have various neuroses. Very specific reasons and requirements for every food item. But with an ice cream sandwich, my annoyance is that you're never getting like a unmessy bite of a ice cream sandwich. It's always turning into like a duckbill situation where 90% of the ice cream gets squeezed out the back. It's like the tomato in a sandwich. Every time you eat an ice cream sandwich, the ice cream is just like flying out.
I love an ice cream sandwich, but now I'm rethinking it. It's true.
Depends on the hardness of the cookie, right? Because if the cookie is softer, and the softness of the ice cream. Because if you've got a soft cookie and a regular softness ice cream, then you're fine. Then everything's gonna go as planned.
You know what?
But if you've got a hard cookie and soft ice cream combo, disaster.
I feel like in previous times when I've had ice cream sandwiches, I did not put nearly enough thought into it, and I'm gonna have to I need to go in with a strategy next time, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I've got a question. Going back to the fudge, what about thinking back to our childhoods? What about the you could get that it was fudge that you'd pour on it, but then it hardened.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah. Okay. Enjoyed the theater of that. That I like. Like, that fudge was putting on a show. Are you kidding? The amount of times that I would beg my mom to buy that, and then we finally would, and I'd watch it, and I'd be like, haha, cool. And then I'd be like, I wish I had soft fudge. Like, I don't want I'm not into this shell
what was it called?
situation.
It had a name, and I can't remember what it was called.
I can't remember.
No, yes, but it had like a kitschy, cute little name. I'll have to look it up.
I feel like, was it turtle related?
look it up as we chat.
Oh,
Yeah. No, that
know.
I agree with you.
Magic shell.
Shell.
Yes. Well done, Magic Shell.
Turtle related.
Yeah.
Magic shell.
And here's the thing on the toppings. You and I are very much alike, Tracy. You've not heard all the rules. But here's my question. Because in California cuisine, everything's just a little bit off. I'm going to be honest. It's delicious, but it's a little bit off. So out here, we actually have ice cream stores or yogurt stores that actually have a topping, and I want to see where you're at, where they put boba
Ew.
on the ice cream. Is that something? And that is sort of the gelatinous things that are
Yeah.
at the end of that boba drink that I've only had once in my life. And then I had to run around Westwood, California when I worked at UCLA around the neighborhood just to restart my life again because it was scary. But I do it was really hard for me to do. It was free food, which is always a yes in my book. And I had it and I will never do it again. But I know when I take my kids and their friends for ice cream, there is always those one or two kids who put the boba on. And I don't know if I should drive them home from the mall or if I should. So, what is your feeling about boba?
I don't know. I'd have to see how that combo works together. Like, I have no hate for boba.
Okay.
Whether I'd want it on my ice cream or not, I'm not sure. Also, I don't know. I feel like maybe if the flavor was right, I have no idea. But given that it's sort of like a softish as opposed to like a crunchy textured topping, maybe. But I don't know. I think it would be something that I'd try once. But I like what's familiar.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like.
I get that completely. Yeah.
I hear that.
So, okay, good. I'm glad. All right. And here is the last question. When it comes to ice cream, are you a fan of the cup or of the cone?
I think it depends on the location that I'm eating the ice cream. And the temperature of outside. Like if it's an extremely hot day and I'm eating this ice cream out in the sun, then I'm probably going to go cup, but it's not my preference. Like I'm definitely a cone gal, particularly waffle cone. Give me that waffle cone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. With that answer, cone is continuing its
Yay,
lead.
cone. Go, cone, go.
Yeah. I'm repping both sides. I'm playing the field on this one, but I do love me a cup because I'm just a mess, a walking mess. So I find the cup is nice. I can just keep it all contained. I'm not wearing it. I probably am wearing it. I trip on flat surfaces, so but cone definitely is the third choice in this season so far. So
yay.
Amazing. Tracy, where can listeners find you on socials and maybe treat you to an ice cream after a show?
They're just showing up with, at that point, very melted ice cream cones after like a 90-minute show. You can follow me on social media at Hamiltrace on pretty much everything. And then I also list all of my upcoming shows on my website, tracyhamilton.net. So if you want to go on there, you can check out what shows I'm doing and anything else that I decide to include on that website eventually.
Fantastic. And maybe take her out for some ice cream.
I'll try it once.
Maybe.
Well, and I want a video because you and I might have to console each other after that. I might have to
You got it.
you through it.
I'll send that, and I'll send proof of life.
Well, Tracy, this year you are off to the San Francisco. You're off to the Sketch Fest, correct?
That's right.
Amazing. So maybe, Mary, you can head up to San Fran and you and Tracy can go on a food adventure.
January 20th and 21st.
That's possible.
Nice.
We'll have to talk. I'm still waiting to get waffles with one of our guests, which but we'll see. Yeah, totally. It was like dating in my 20s. Ghosted, but it's fine. So, all right.
Amazing. Thank you, Tracy, so much for being here. And listeners, we'll be with you next time. We'll see if anybody joins Team Cup. Probably not, but I'm going to keep it.
Bye.
Okay, so hey, what's your name?
Joel.
Joel. Okay, so what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Probably chocolate.
Chocolate?
Chocolate.
Yeah,
Basic.
it's just basic, classic.
Yeah, it's good.
And toppings or no toppings?
Probably no toppings.
No toppings, just keeping it simple?
I just yeah.
Okay, last question for you. Cone or cup?
Definitely cone.
Definitely cone? Why cone?
Because you get to eat it after.
Yeah. So it's a little treat afterwards. All right.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Yeah, of course.
Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Larry Hain,
Kelly Zemeckis.
and original music is by Rebecca McDonald.